We're a quarter way through the NFL season, and out of all the teams that have played, there's one team that really stands out to me, and that is the Atlanta Falcons. But not because of a positive reason, but because of a negative reason. The Falcons have actually started the season 0-4, derailing another promising-looking season. The Falcons always have this thing to do with losing. They should be having a winning record right now, but they have choked games that they should have won, and because of that now, they have the worst record in the NFC South. So today I'm going to be talking about why the Falcons lose so many games that they should be winning. What's up everybody, it's AC Analysis, and like I said in the intro, today I'm going to be talking about the Falcons losing every big lead that they have. This season they have started off the season 0-4, but when you look at some of the games that they have played, they look like a 3-1 team. So why are they playing this bad? And will they be able to do good and bounce back from it this season? I'm going to go over all of that stuff in today's video. But if you guys enjoy consistent football content, liking and subscribing would be really helpful. We're on the road to 50 subscribers and every sub helps. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. So I think most football fans know where the Falcons got known for blowing big leads, and that is in the Super Bowl 51 game versus the New England Patriots, where the Falcons coming into the third quarter had a 28-3 lead and ended up somehow blowing it in the greatest game of all time. I'm calling it the greatest game of all time because I'm a Patriots fan and I'm biased, and I am not kidding when I say after this game I did not have any voice at all. My lungs were gone, I yelled so much. But this is really where the stigma of Falcons blowing games actually came from. And the Falcons, the reason they lost this game was pretty simple, and I'm pretty sure everyone knows this one too. They wouldn't stop passing the ball. You're leading 28-3 halfway through the third quarter. What you want to do is just run the ball and get done with it. Then kneel the ball at the end of the game and be happy with your Super Bowl victory. But Kyle Shanahan, an offensive guru who's known as one of the best offensive coaches in the league, actually decided to keep throwing the ball. They kept throwing the ball, and they did not really account for the fact that Brady and Belichick can have their magic. It's a pretty simple reason why they lost this game. Throwing the ball, then they had Dante Hightower strip sack on Matt Ryan. So many big plays and stupid mistakes that they made caused them to lose the game like 33-28. This game wasn't just lost by the Falcons, it was also won by the Patriots. The Patriots played a great game, so I'm not going to take that away from them. The Falcons got a little unlucky with some plays, and the Patriots just played so well towards the end of the game, and James White had the game of his life. But the Falcons still at the end of the day blew this lead, and they could have run out the clock and basically just won the game easily. The first lost game for the Falcons that they really should have won were the Falcons versus the Cowboys game. At one point in the game, coming into the second half, the Falcons were up 27-10 over the Dallas Cowboys, and then somehow the Cowboys came back. On the offensive side of the ball, both teams played very well, with both quarterbacks throwing near 500 yards and both receivers putting up great games, Ezekiel Elliott also having a great game. But to be fair, Julio Jones did drop an easy touchdown pass that still would have made them, win the game. But the offenses did their part. The game was mainly decided on which defense sucked the most. And the defense that sucked the most towards the end was the Falcons. But the Falcons would have actually won the game if it wasn't for them missing an onside kick. But to their defense, the Falcons were practicing social distancing when the onside kick was kicked. You see, the game would have been won by the Falcons if the improbable didn't happen. The Cowboys, with 1.5 minutes left in the game, needed a field goal to win the game 40-39. So they kicked an onside kick and actually recovered, kicking a field goal to win the game. It was a crazy game, but the main reason that the Falcons lost was because Dak Prescott shredded their defense, and then some stupid mistakes made them lose. And they would have won if Julio Jones made the easiest catch in his life. Like, he's had times in the past where he's dropped the same exact pass, an over-the-shoulder catch when he's wide open. He beat the cornerback, he ran straight forward, dropped the touchdown. That was just one of the many mistakes that they made. But the Falcons still ended up losing that game, and congrats to the Cowboys for making one of the funnest games to watch ever. The second game this season that the Falcons really should have won were the Falcons versus the Bears game in Week 3 of the NFL season, right after their crushing defeat to the Cowboys. In this game, the Falcons were up 26-10 with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and the Falcons really looked like they were going to win this one because the Bears just missed a fourth down conversion. The Falcons got the ball back, 7.5 minutes left in the game, and then all of a sudden, Jimmy Graham touchdown, Anthony Miller touchdown. They scored, and then at the end of the game, they scored 3 touchdowns in the final 4 minutes, and the Falcons did the most Falcons thing ever and lost the game. From rewatching the Falcons game, there is one glaring problem that I see, and that has been the Falcons' weakness since their loss to the Patriots, and that is their defense. Their defensive coordinator, Raheem Morris, can't really get anything going. Their team dropped picks, they missed sacks, they couldn't get pressures, and because of some of their dropped picks, those dropped picks were turned into touchdowns. The defense is the glaring weakness because, first of all, Grady Jarrett is out, so they don't have a defensive line. Their linebacker core and secondary has never been stellar. And because their defense was bad, they weren't able to get anything done, and if their defense was just a little better, or they just made one more play, they probably would have won the game. The offensive side of the ball had problems this game too. Matt Ryan couldn't really get anything crazy going. He had 238 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and an interception. The interception came in the first half, so it wasn't that costly, but he overthrew some players, and he even missed some throws that would have been vital for getting first downs and stuff like that. So the offense wasn't able to get anything going, the receivers weren't able to get anything going, and their kicker, Yaku, who's usually very, very consistent, missed a 48-yard field goal, which would have actually sent them into overtime if he'd not missed that field goal. And this season, the Bears are 4-1, and when I look at the Bears, I don't see them being a 4-1 team. They've had a pretty difficult schedule entering the season. They don't look like that good of a team. On Thursday Night Football, they beat the Buccaneers, and they did not really win that game. The Buccaneers just kind of sucked towards the end. The Bears are a great team. I'm not saying that they're a bad team. I'm just saying that they are not a 4-1 team. So seeing the Bears playing like this and seeing how the Falcons lost to a team like the Bears, I like coming into the game, I would expect the Falcons to absolutely roll over the Bears. And for the first half of the game, they were rolling over the Bears until the Bears came back and the Falcons started sucking like they always do at the end of the game. And then in the Falcons' Week 4 matchup against the Packers, they just got defeated. Everyone expected it to happen, and it did happen. But the Falcons, starting with an 0-4 start, pushed them actually last in their division. And this seems like another year of big disappointment for the Falcons. I believe that they will be able to turn it around, but because of how difficult their division is, with the Panthers, with the Saints, and the Buccaneers, their division is very difficult. And because of this, they can't make the playoffs because they're already 0-4. So the Falcons won't make the playoffs, but they will win games from now on. Because some of these games they really should have won, and I would say it's kind of unlucky that they didn't win some of these games. The Falcons will come back, they will win games, but they are not going to make the playoffs, not at all. With that being said, that'll wrap up this video. This has been AC Analysis talking about the Falcons choking every single game that they're winning in. And if you guys enjoy consistent football content, remember, liking and subscribing would be really helpful. We're on the road to 50 subs, and every sub helps. And if you have any video ideas, leaving it in the comments below would be really helpful. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.